with the eyebrows.
What the hell was that?
What's that thing?
Artifacts do unspeakable things to people. I realized that someone already shares my insane life. I put on Abe Lincoln's hat.
I can't tell about relationship wells.
Claudia feels the pain.
What? She's the observant one, and I'm the one who eats all the time.
I'll bet he's that Nigerian prince who keeps emailing me. No, not you.
So brave. Cut the cord! This is exciting, isn't it?
We've got to stop cutting these things so close.
That never happens at Comic-Con.
The warehouse needs me. I have to stay and fight Paracelsus. You're wasting your time, Voldemort.
Well, good afternoon, and obviously we're here for the Duck Dynasty panel. My name's Greg David, and I'm a TV critic with TVguide.ca and also a member of the Television Critics Association. And it is my pleasure to be moderating the Warehouse 13 panel this afternoon. Anybody watch the show? Anybody see the season finale just before? I've been a fan of Warehouse 13 from the very beginning when we got to visit Pete and Micah and Claudia. The first few scenes were shot at the ROM in the old entrance. So it's been great to follow the journey with them, and then later Jinxie came along. A few Jinxie fans. Just a little bit of housekeeping. I was told backstage before I bring them out, Aaron and Eddie are both going to be signing after this. They're going to be near Carl Urban and Ron Perlman and George Takei, and Eddie said he's giving out free hugs, but kisses and gropes you have to pay for. He didn't say. I hope I get a cut rate because I'm moderating the panel. So let's bring them out. We got Eddie McClintock as Agent Pete Lattimer. The lovely Miss Allison Scagliotti. Allison Scagliotti.
She is hot, huh?
I want to like rap and then just drop this.
Yeah! I'm gonna beatbox.
1, 2, 3. Too many rappers and there's still not enough MCs. 3, 2, 1. MCA and rock like D. That's how we get it done. Like.
Okay.
And last but not least, I'm hoping Aaron comes out and blows everybody away with a soft shoe. Aaron Ashmore is Steve Jinks.
Nice.
Hi, guys. Guys, welcome to Toronto, although this has been your home for the last 5 seasons, correct?
Correct.
That's right.
Eddie, I'm going to start with you. What's it been like shooting this show in Toronto, in and around Toronto?
Chorus. That's all I can say. I mean, I'm so addicted to Chorus pancakes. I went in there yesterday and it was like I had to say goodbye to my best friend because I was like, yeah, this is my last time at Chorus. Throw an extra pancake on the grill for me. And I mean, it's been great. It's been great. Our crew here is arguably has been one of the greatest group of people that I've ever had the pleasure to spend time with, and love Canada. And it's interesting. I was here 2 years ago, And literally, Aaron had bought some pictures of the two of us for Warehouse 13, and people were coming up to him out in the signing room, and they're going, "Now you're from Smallville, right?" and Aaron and I are sitting right next to each other, and he's like, yeah, but I'm on this show Warehouse 13, and they're like, well,
We love Smallville.
tell me all about that. What is that?
Poor Eddie was getting no love that
got a
day,
little
but
sad.
this is more like it, right?
This
Eddie?
is awesome. So thank you guys for showing up.
Eddie, now it's true that you've been misidentified as Craig Sheffer, is that right?
Craig Sheffer and David Boreanaz.
Done.
So I mean, I used to get, first I got Craig Sheffer a lot. Now, Craig Sheffer was in a movie called A River Runs Through It. And when my sister went to see this, the movie, River Runs Through It, she called me and she was like crying. She's like, oh my God, this guy Craig Sheffer looks just like you. And I got so, she lives in Florida, I don't see her much. You'll learn that we McClintocks cry a lot. If you've seen the Comic-Con panel, I was weeping like a child, so I may weep today. So get ready. Anyway, so Craig Sheffer, I look like Craig Sheffer, and then all of a sudden David Boreanaz came on the scene, and then everybody thought I was David Boreanaz because I was just trying to get jobs in LA as an actor and I was on Bones, yes, thank you. But so one day I was in an audition. This guy comes up. He's like, "Hey, chef, what's going?" He's like, "Oh wow, man, I thought you were Craig Sheffer." And I go, "What?" Because everybody thinks I'm Craig Sheffer. And he's like, "Well, he's here." He's like, "I'm gonna go get him." So he goes and gets him, and he brings him back. He's like, "Here, Craig, look at this guy. He looks just like you." And Craig's like, "Oh my God, you're so handsome." Thank you. Everybody says I look like you, and he's like, "Yeah, man." And he goes, I go, "But you know who we look like?" And he goes, "Who?" I go, "We look like David Boreanaz." And he's like, we do kind of look like David Boreanaz." And then a year later, I went and did Bones, and I'm standing on the set, and I'm looking at David, and he looks over and he goes, "Oh wow. You know who you look like?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Hey, you look just like Craig Sheffer."
That story, the funniest part about that story for us is that we've heard it so many times, we can mouth along.
That's right. So I'm predictable. But yes, so longest answer to your short question. Yes, David Boreanaz. I've actually signed autographs as David. I got a free pizza once. They're like, "Oh, hey, we love Buffy so much. We brought you a pizza." And I'm like, "Cool." There you go, baby.
I feel as though if you guys weren't already shooting the final episode, it would have been cool to have the three of you guys all on together playing maybe evil twins of each other or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
So you guys did the final table read for the final episode a couple of days ago, and then Aaron, are you guys in the middle of shooting the episode now?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
And how's that going? And how does it all end?
Like a bitch every day.
They're having to constantly redo my makeup. I'm, getting teary and snotty. But it's good. It's bittersweet. I think it's sad to be sort of in the final thing, but we knew it was coming, and the final episodes have been amazing. This last one in particular is really, really good. But the hardest thing, I think, and I've been kind of talking about this, is we shoot a scene, say in Lena's B&B or Artie's office now, and then it's gone. They're starting to take stuff apart because that's just the way it is. So it's just really tough to know, and you're trying to soak in all these memories and take mental pictures of everything because you know that it's going to be gone. So leaving these characters and leaving this family that we, as Eddie said, the crew is awesome and a blast to work with, and these other actors and stuff. It's really tough. It's really kind of hard. So it's fun. The stuff that we're doing, the work is amazing. There's some really incredible stuff in this last episode, but it's bittersweet because we know it's coming to an end.
Allison, have you stolen anything from the set yet?
I'm taking home Sylvia Plath's typewriter for my new apartment.
In my heart. She's stolen my heart. At Comic-Con, I found out that Aaron and I were gonna beef over who takes home the metronome. And my argument was, Aaron, I play guitar, I'll use it. What are you gonna do with a metronome?
Keep myself alive.
And then I was like, decided to bequeath the metronome.
Very, very graciously
go on.
allowed me to take that home. But because there was conversations about maybe...
Sisterhood of the Traveling Metronome.
Yeah.
Sharing it.
You know, okay, you can have it on weekends and all that, you know, all that kind of thing, but I appreciate it. If you ever want to borrow it...
It's all right.
If I come down to LA for pilot season, I'll bring it and she can sit on your mantle for a couple months. Yeah. Is that weird?
No, he meant
as if she's really
Allison can come and sit on his mantle.
Put my feet over the edge.
That's right.
Sing songs.
What are we doing today?
Guys, talking about, knowing that this is the end, I mean, the network announced ahead of time that this was going to be the final season. So Eddie, for you guys, for you in particular, is it good knowing that you guys, it's not as if the network has decided after a season finale, okay, that's it, and that was the series finale? Is it good? Do you think that's good, or is it bad knowing that the end was going to be coming and that you're working towards it?
I mean, for me, we were all kind of waiting to find out what was going to happen, and for a minute there, we thought that maybe we were just done. And so the fact that, the network executives at Sci-Fi fought for us and got us these last 6 shows so that we could properly end the series. And I think that they paid a lot of respect to us, and it's a great show of confidence by the network. So for me, it's better to have been, told beforehand and at least, given a chance to end the show the way it should, because it's for the fans. I mean, the fans would have felt terribly ripped off if we had just been canceled, I think.
I feel the same way about it, and that's what's so satisfying about this last 6 episodes is going into it knowing that it was going to be our final arc. We're going to give you everything you want. It's Warehouse 13 on steroids. It's like pulled out all the stops, and the thing that Saul said at Comic-Con that I keep reusing is what happens in the very end to all of us, to Pete and Micah and myself and Jinxie is unexpected but inevitable.
And you get to see my nipples again.
But that's...
all about nipples. Nipples are in.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Just make another fart joke.
Nipples are the new cod piece.
All day.
I think too, like on a selfish note too, for me, I'm gonna say that selfish. For us too, if it had just been we'd shot it and then it was done, we wouldn't have got a chance to say goodbye to the characters too, and I think that's important because especially you guys have been with the characters for 5 years. That's a long time. It's a big part of who you are, and to not really get a proper chance to say goodbye to the characters, just be like, okay, you're done. So that's selfish, but it's also really nice that we get a chance to do that and say goodbye. Like again, I live in Toronto. You guys, everybody lives differently. If we just kind of finished that and that was it, no chance to sort of say goodbye and really appreciate that this is the last time.
And my accountant was thrilled. You're getting more? Yeah!
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks.
Yeah, way to take the grace right out of it.
Eddie, let's talk a little bit about the character of Pete. Obviously, the guy that we all love to hang around with, the non-sequiturs, the kind of boneheaded comments.
Aaron is in rare form.
We're going to talk about my favorite subject, me.
You're on a timer. But there's been some really tender moments, especially between Pete and Micah this season with the whole cancer revelation. Spoiler alert. What's it been like playing this character that, you know, at times is kind of, you know, the guy that you want to have at the party, but he's got this emotional stuff, and we've seen this emotional connection between these two characters, particularly this season.
Right. Well, I mean, the brilliance of the Pete character for me, and it's really a testament to Jack Kenny, who's our exec producer and our compass. I mean, I don't know why he's not here right now. He should be sitting here because
He's way more interesting than all of us.
Way more. I mean, everybody comes and he's like, and people are like, "You're so funny," and I'm like, "It's not me. Okay, I'm just a meat puppet. Jack writes the words and I spit them out, you know." But the thing about Pete for me is when you get a lot of times as an actor, when you get on a show, you're either on a procedural where you're going, "Oh, I think he's dead. Is he dead? He's dead. Bag him up and send him to the morgue." You know, and there's...
That was the worst David Caruso I've ever seen. I saw those glasses coming up.
You're a saucy shot tank. You stay.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm gonna hug you afterwards, but I just
I wondered why you didn't come to the rap party last night. You jilted me.
I love you.
That's
I knew I was gonna see you today.
but the thing about, thank you.
So
I'm having a funny feeling.
don't fight the tingle.
I mean, come on. When you guys watch the show here, is every commercial break Cialis? A lot of Cialis commercials. It's funny because I've talked to people, and like I was talking to this guy, and he's like, "Well, what's up with all the Cialis commercials?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." He goes, "Well, you know, let me just tell you, the guys that watch Warehouse 13 don't have trouble getting boners; they have trouble getting chicks." So I'm not sure what happened. But you know, you got to explain to your child that's watching the show, what is erectile dysfunction, Dad? What is that? Well, son, when you get to be my age. So back to Pete.
Yeah, that
I think that said most of it right there.
that's it. That's what you need to know about. That was Pete talking about Pete's character.
Yes. It's the thing about Pete is he gets to be all these things. He gets to be brave and honest and tender, and at the same time he gets to be silly and you know, I mean, so it shows a full person for me, you know, and I think it gives hope to guys that are either overly serious that it's okay to be silly sometimes, and maybe for guys that tend to be too silly, and I'm not naming any names. That it's okay to be, you know, a man sometimes too. So,
Allison and Aaron, let's get
Whimper or two.
thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Let's move on.
And Allison and Aaron, what about you guys? I mean, the relationship between Claudia and Jinxie, I mean, a deep, deep relationship without the chance of them ever getting together sexually. So what's it been like playing those two characters and working with that relationship?
Incredibly frustrating. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, relax. God, all the like clinks shippers, you know that's not how like, you know, gay besties work, right?
You preach, girl.
I think Jinxie goes both ways, doesn't he?
No.
Come on.
No.
No.
I mean,
So much for my mental pictures.
I'm leaving. I mean, for me, as soon as Aaron walked on set, I gotta, you know, give it to him for being so tolerant of the sort of cyclone that I was, just coming at him, being like, okay, so here's how it's gonna be. I'm just gonna treat you like I treat all my gay besties. So I'm gonna speak to you in Ebonics and snap at you a lot, and you're just gonna have to go with it. And Aaron was just like, okay.
I'm new here, so tell me how it's gonna be.
I mean, this has been the most fun ride and relationship to develop because, I mean, I think we're so similar in the way that we come to work, and so we laugh a lot together and still get the job done.
Yeah, and I was very nervous sort of coming in to the show to work with all you guys because well-established show, hit show for sci-fi, and you know, you jump in and you don't know if people are going to like you don't know if you're going to get along with people, and I think, luckily, you know, I don't know how these things happen, but chemistry happens, and I think that you guys all had it on the show, and that's what I was worried about, not maybe fitting in, or, you know, just those things that happen. And both of you guys, I worked with Eddie the first episode, and then with Allison, we kind of paired off and did a lot of stuff together. And you guys were both incredibly sort of like open to whatever I was gonna do, and cool with that. And both of you guys, super, like, you work with some actors and they're just kind of there, you know, they don't really care about you or what you're gonna do or whatever. And I think both of you guys were super open to, yeah, who I was going to be, and you kind of brought me into the fold, and that's nice, because a lot of actors, not that they're bad people or whatever, but they're not as open to that sort of thing, and you guys were, like, embraced me, and I appreciated that, because if not, I think I would have been, well, I don't know, I probably would have sunk, so I appreciate you guys.
Well, I remember that you were a little nervous and concerned about the leather and feathers photo shoot that we did. I was just glad that I could, you know, walk you through that.
Okay, if we're gonna do this. Okay, so that was fun. There was only you and me, so that was a little weird. But I have to admit, I thought that was a little weird. But one of the first scenes I did with Eddie, it was a big sort of, sorry about this, Allison, it's just, this is what happens. It was like a big sort of walk and talk, like a lot of exposition, like when he did his Caruso sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Eddie was like, came up to me and he was just really nervous, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't know, man. I got the fear. I don't know. I got the fear." And I was like, "Bro, this is your show. I'm new here. I can't be talking you down. You're supposed to be talking me down." And I was like, "Hey man, it's gonna be okay. You've done 26 episodes already. I think you got it. You know, it's gonna be okay." But he had the fear, and
Yeah, I was having fear, and because for some reason, we showed up and Jack was like, "Where have you been? We've been waiting for you for 25 minutes. Now get in there and act right now." And so it started off a little, and I was having a panic attack.
yeah, he was having a panic attack. I dug him. I didn't know.
You know
him.
how you can tell
I didn't know.
when Eddie has the fear is by the smell. He also farts when he's happy, when he's sad, when he's feeling cantankerous. Yeah.
Yeah, I crop dusted Aaron the first day. We were shooting a scene at the bronzer, and they had us we're all standing in front of the bronzer, and I kind of